98.5 the SoCal Sound. My name is Hillary. So excited to be here with Matthew and Nathan from Kings of Leon. Thanks for joining us today, you guys.
Hi.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, are you guys your brothers or cousins?
Cousins.
Okay,
Cousins.
I know it's
Brotherly,
a family affair in the band.
brotherly love there, though.
Okay.
Yeah, we're as close as brothers, though.
What's it like working with a family member as close as a brother on the road and writing music? What's that like for you guys?
I mean, 20 years in, you kind of learn to, family is family. You know how to treat family. Band wise, I don't know, we used to have a saying that we would fight like bandmates but make up as brothers. So that was kind of our thing, but we were so close growing up, us three brothers, especially in the back of a car with my dad traveling everywhere. But Matthew, every summer we were together with him. He would either come to us or we would go to Mississippi to see him. So we really didn't have a normal childhood growing up as far as cousins you might see every once in a while, or you barely know this one or that one. It was always a super tight knit group. And whether it's music, painting, whatever, I think no matter what we did in life, we probably all would have ended up. I mean, our dads are all painters together. We probably all would have been doing that together as well. So
I love when cousins are close like that. So I have a question about the band name. Years ago, I was watching Jeopardy and Kings of Leon was a category, and Alex Trebek kept calling it Kings of Leon. And so I was like, am I saying this wrong, or is there a reference? And I Googled it and I couldn't find anything. So I've been wondering ever since what the name means and where it came from.
It's
our
definitely,
grandfather.
you're right. It's Leon.
Okay.
And our grandfather, his name was Leon Falwell.
Oh,
He
that's my
actually,
grandpa's name too.
he actually worked at Dolisi. That's why I have had it. It's a concrete
Uh,
company in Oklahoma City. So yeah, it is Leon. And so we were just we had to come up with a name quickly and we just couldn't get anything. And someone said Kings of Leon. And it was like that time we were like, yep, Kings of Leon, that's what
Yeah.
it is.
I
Or
love that.
someone said Kings of Zion. And we were like, that's a little too like religious sounding.
Yeah, yeah.
And then someone said, what about Kings of Leon? We were like, yes, there you go.
Was Grandpa around
So
to see you guys
Yes.
name your band after him?
oh yes, he got to see the band. He got to come to a couple of shows, came to our biggest show at that time in Oklahoma City. We got some great video of him in the crowd, like just so proud, smiling at us. So
Uh,
he got
That's
to he got to experience his namesake before he passed away. So that was nice.
amazing. Let's talk for a minute about the new album. To me, it kind of sounds like older Kings of Leon. I love it. You guys called it Can We Please Have Fun? Can you talk about just what to expect with the album and why you chose to call it that?
A lot of people are saying it sounds like older
Yeah,
KOL.
I'm
And
getting like
that is definitely something we did not expect. I mean, no one mentioned that or amongst ourselves, like we never talked about, oh, like people are gonna think this sounds like old Kings. Um, but yeah, everyone's saying that, so that's really cool. Um,
I think Kid Harpoon kind of very sneakily got us to sound like our younger selves. I know going into this record, I had no idea how big of a fan of our music he was. I mean, I knew he was a producer, and producers, you have to know someone's body of work, but you're not going to know, oh, this song was on your EP and I loved like, but we would be in there and he would bring up like, hey, there was a drum part you played on the bucket that was really cool. And maybe, and I'm like, how the hell do you know about the bucket? Like, what would you? So as the record went on, we realized how big of a fan he was of our band. And he was so funny to the point to where we were at lunch one day and he was like, do you guys remember doing an in-store at HMV in London in 2000 and like whatever, 5 or 6? I'm like, I can't tell you what I had for lunch yesterday. Like, there's no way. But he was like, I was the manager of that HMV
Oh
and
my
I
God.
set up the whole thing for y'all. So we're like, wow, like talk about coming full circle.
Yeah.
So I think there was a subconscious magic there of him getting to relive his youth through our band and getting us to kind of tap back into that youthfulness that we did not even realize was still, that easily available to us.
Right.
I also
Yeah.
just think that in the early days there was definitely just some like weirdness with us. Like we were a little bit weird. I don't know, and I think that we brought back some of that weirdness with this album.
What do you
And I
mean?
think that's what people are connecting with. I don't know, like the first album was like really dry and Caleb's vocals really loud and maybe he sang in like a different way and it was just kind of just different sounding. Maybe not weird, but different. I don't know. And then, you know, I mean, have you heard Mustang? It's kind of weird, you know?
Yeah, I like it. I want to talk for just a second about Come Around Sundown because that album personally means so much to me. I leaned super hard on it when I was going through a tough time. And when I listen back, it kind of reminds me of that time and coming out of that time. And it's just one of my all-time favorite albums. So I'm wondering for you guys, what are those albums that you lean on all the time or that you have a really strong emotional connection to?
Of our own records or just any
Any
music in
record,
general?
any music. What do you guys
Oh
listen
my
to?
God. Nina Simone sings the blues.
Wow, I was not expecting that.
Oh, give me that. There's a song on that record for any mood. If you want to go celebrate, there's a song for that. If you want to cry, there's a song for that. If you want to get romantic, there's a lot of songs for that. Yeah, that's just I don't know. On my car, it has a thing where has a station that's like your most recently played or what you're like playing too much of. And that's always right there at the top for me. So
I
yeah.
definitely have my comfort albums that just remind me of being younger and like when I was kind of first discovering music and stuff. Pete Yorn music for the morning after always is a go-to. Um, I don't know, I can always just put it on and I know it really well and it sounds amazing. It's really good. You should check it out.
There are a lot of songs that, like when we first started writing, Jared was still like a freshman in high school when me and Caleb started the band. Matthew was a sophomore or junior in high school when we started. But I remember Jared would bring us home mixtapes that kids would make him at school. We're like, what's a mixtape? Like, and I remember hearing like Bright Eyes for the first time and Pete Yorn for the first time and all this. So me and Caleb would be getting introduced to all this stuff through like high schoolers' point of view of like what is cool. And then we'd go be riding with our buddy Angelo, who was playing us like Sticky Fingers for the first time that we had never heard.
This makes so much.
So early on, so we're just all over the place because when we were like, oh my God, there's so much out there to absorb and take on, we're just like, we're going to just take it all on. And I mean, 9 records in still, we're 20 years in and I'm still discovering records. And my friend's like, wait, you're just now hearing that? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, I am so jealous of you. Like, I wish I could go back and listen to that for the first time. But
it was like less than 10 years ago that I decided to listen to the Beatles for the first time and really just like get into their catalog. Yeah, I mean, it's just like it's crazy. No, you know,
yeah, I heard the White Album for the first time when I was 23 years old.
Yeah.
I'd never heard anything like maybe a Zeppelin song as like a bumper on a sports radio talk, but I'd never heard a Led Zeppelin song. Like
about like radio where you guys grew up, because where did you grow up? Tennessee and Mississippi, is that right?
Yes.
But you say you've never heard the Beatles or Zeppelin or anything. What was the radio station situation like in these towns that you grew up in?
Oh, well, ours was because of our parents. Our dad was a preacher.
Okay.
So we were not allowed to listen to, we were not exposed to
and my mom and my parents listened to the preacher, so we weren't allowed to listen to that stuff either.
Okay, so that makes sense. So you're exposed through school.
That's kind of why we're saying like we discovered music like a little bit later on. We had a little bit of freedom, you know.
Yeah.
Teenage years started discovering more
There's
music.
this guy I just heard the other day named Bob Dylan. I think he's going to be huge.
Think so?
Great songwriter. His songwriting out of this world. Like he's a poet.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Bobby Z, as we call him.
Yeah.
If you've toured with him, you can call him Bobby Z. That's what we call him.
Have you guys toured with him?
We toured with him. Yes, we were lucky enough. We were lucky enough to get to tour with Bobby Z. Yes.
Amazing. Oh, that must have been a very life-affirming moment for you guys. I mean, for anyone.
Just to watch literally a living legend that's just larger than life, and you see him like in real life, just like, oh my God, it's so crazy.
Did you guys
we had a good
hangout time with him?
We got to.
We have a story.
I want to hear a story.
The famous story.
I don't know it. Let's hear it.
Well, I guess it's famous in our camp, or infamous or whatever.
We were told in the beginning, first of
all,
all, we were told he doesn't shake hands. He's a
Okay.
germaphobe. He doesn't.
it was so I think it was the last show we were saying goodbye and thank you for having us on the road. You know, it means a lot. And I think Nathan went in for a hug. So that means, and he was the first one. So that means that everyone has to give a hug. And it got down to, I think I'm telling it right. You can correct me if I'm
No,
wrong.
so
And then it got
into
down
the show.
to the end to
Yeah.
me, right? And I knocked his hat off.
Yeah. So the show is, so Bob, he walks right off stage onto his bus. And when I say onto his bus, I mean the door is open and the bus is right there where he takes one step onto the bus. So last show of the tour, and they're like, hey, Bob's wanting to say goodbye to y'all. We're like, really? Like, they're like, yeah. So y'all just be lined up by the back door when he walks off stage. So, okay. So he walks off and he's like, man, it's so great to have you guys on the tour. And it's been really fun. And I wish we could keep going. And, you know, maybe later on down the road, y'all come out on tour with me. And I'm like, yeah, that would be so great. Like, we're all lined up. And he reaches his hand out. And I'm like, but they told us not to shake his hand. So I'm like, shit, I'm not going to shake it. But I'm like, his hand's out. I don't know what I was thinking. I grabbed his hand, pulled him in, full hug. And I'm like, oh my God, now I've really messed up. And then all of a sudden I feel the sweetest little hand just pat me on the back. I was like, oh yeah. So then Caleb's like, damn it. So then Caleb hugs him. Jared hugs him. Matthew, who's the most nervous of us all, just in general. Matt goes in for a hug, hits his hat. The hat falls off. And we are all just laughing so hard. But he gets on the bus, drives off. And yeah, so that was our...
It's really Nathan's fault for hugging.
I'm a hugger.
You're in the inner circle now. If you want to get to call him Bobby Z and you get to hug Bob Dylan, you guys are in. That's awesome.
Not a lot of people have hugged Bobby Z, so
yeah. Chance. Speaking of the tour, you guys have one coming up. You're going to be here in LA. What can we expect from you guys?
Ooh, we are excited to get back on the road, play these new songs. We actually have a call later today. We're starting to finalize the show, like what it's going to look like, what it's, you know, all the moving parts and stuff. So
yeah, we're
doing all the press now, but we're about to get in the fun part of getting to like create the live show and, you know, bring these songs to life, which is really fun.
Awesome. Could I request you guys play the end at the LA show? Just make a little note of that.
The end.
It's my favorite.
Oh yeah, I love the end. That's a good one.
Is that coming around sundown?
Yeah, Come Around Sundown, that album, I'm telling you.
A lot of people, I promise you, that's the song, that's the record that I've seen most people compare this record to, which blows my mind.
Okay, yeah.
I've seen a lot of Youth and Young Manhood and a lot of Aha Shake, but Come Around Sundown has blown me away at how many people have compared this one or saying what you are. Like, it gives them that same feelings and vibe.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, I think I have to let you guys go in a minute here. So one last question before I do. Are you a Mustang or a kitty?
Ooh.
Well, I don't know. I'm a little kiddie-ish.
Both kitties, huh?
Yeah, I'm a girl dad, so I'm definitely a kid, and I'm allergic to dogs. I mean, I'm allergic to not dogs, horses. I've been bitten by 3 horses. So
you're not a Mustang.
No, I'm a kitty for sure.
I feel like some days I'm a Mustang.
And some
days depends on the day. I feel a little line today.
I'm like a kitty with a saddle. How about that? Just,
I like that. You know, that's a good visual I have of my cat.
Yeah. With a monkey riding on the back of the cat.
Yeah,
there you go.
It.